Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. I want to share with you a little bit about New Year's. I know, I do this every New Year's, and but it's an important time. In the Chinese culture, New Year's is the biggest holiday. Matter of fact, they celebrate it for 5 days, I think. And matter of fact, I'm sorry, I can't even tell you what days Chinese New Year this year. Right now, it is January 14th, 2017. And but what I want to talk about is how important New Year's is to the Chinese, and it might be something you might want to think on. What it is when you have a new year, it's like we are born again. We have a new life that we're going to get involved in now. Now we've made mistakes in this last year, but now this new year we want to not only don't make those mistakes, we want to start doing even better. Each year your life should improve, and we learn from our mistakes. Now, don't forget I said they should improve. It doesn't always improve, but then it's good again to have that new year. So then, if you had a bad year, this is the time to forget all about that, and let's move on to this new year and be able to do good with it. And now I know Americans, they do New Year's resolutions, and you always forget about them in that too. But for us, the New Year's is very, very important. And then I'm going to give you an example, and that's me. Like I say, every year I stop, I reassess everything, and it's good for you have Christmas, so then you can have some Christmas to calm and be able to think and reflect what's happened through this last year. And like I say, I've learned new things this last year, and I'm going to start incorporating these new things that I learned into this next new year. And so that's a good thing. The bad things, I was hoping a lot of the bad things would straighten themselves out. And this last year, some of these bad things didn't straighten themselves out. So now I've got to make plans and figure, how am I going to make these things that didn't get themselves taken care of, get them taken care of. I say, I'm big on letting other people, because you learn by doing things. So it doesn't matter if you do it right or you do it wrong, you're going to learn and get better and better. And I say, some of the people I've been around haven't been doing good. So I'm going to have to take steps to motivate them and make them start doing better. And so that, and I've been thinking about what do I want to get accomplished this next year. And I say, one of the things I lost my wife over 4 years now. And one thing I look back at this last year, a lot of the mistakes and a lot of the dumb things that I've done wouldn't have happened if I had a woman that I could trust, that could be by my side and get me through all this stuff. So I think I'm going to have to move the woman thing up higher on the list on what I need to get accomplished this year. And like I say, it's for me, and then the same thing, you think this stuff out. And for me, it's not a let me fall in love and let's go, live happily ever after. I still want to get things accomplished. There's things that I still want to do. What I need to do is find a woman that wants to do things. so this is giving me more time to think on it and realize the realities of what's going on. And that's the way it should be with everybody. You should you've already done things this last year. And the reality is some of these things didn't work out that well. So what can you do to correct it? Normally there's little things, and I'm you know me, I'm big on little things. If you can get the little things done, it just seems like the big things just kind of fall in place by itself. So you need to figure what didn't go all that well, and take some little steps to start making it better. Now, it doesn't just apply to just things. You do personality changes at this new year also. In other words, there's things that you've seen in this past year that when you've changed this particular way, things seem to have got a little bit better. Okay, so because we do have control over our personalities. I know you think, well, some people are just plain old assholes, and some are. And they don't care. They don't want to improve themselves. So they'll continue being an asshole. But the personality, we do have control over it. I've made videos talking about it. Some of the weaknesses that I have in my personality, I've been able through time to think it out, reevaluate, and make those weaknesses into something better than what it was. And we do have control over our lives. I've talked about this. Attitude, you have to have the right attitude to do this. And the attitude is what? Take personal responsibility. Don't blame it on other people. What can you do to make you a better person? And this is the time to do it. And like I say, you don't need to do nothing big and fancy. Just do it a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. There'll be a next year. And then the next year you can sit back and say, well, you know, I changed that and it seemed to work pretty good. Maybe I need to try this year. So, but look for things that you can do to yourself in a way of taking personal responsibility that's going to make you a better person. And when you're a better person, you're going to do things. Things are going to get better. You're going to find all kinds of doors are going to open for you. I say money. You think, well, you know, I don't have enough money. I always hear that. And like I say, it's hard to find anybody who says they have enough. You know, I don't know of anybody that has enough. I'm sure there is somebody that will say to your face, I got plenty of money. I don't need any more. But like I say, I haven't seen them. And so the first thing you got to do is learn how to be more frugal with what you have. And like I say, let's see, about over 15 years ago, well, probably about 15 years ago, that's when I decided, hey, I've got more stuff than I need. And I said, time to clean house. And I did. And I mean, I've always been frugal. And so that wasn't no problem. The problem was I kept accumulating crap. And oh yeah, I got a good buy and all this kind of stuff. But like I say, it was worthless stuff. And in the long run, it was worthless. So, at that time, I was ready for a change in my life. I've already enjoyed everything like everybody says they want. They want a fancy house, cars, trucks, boats, you know. And then when you get all that stuff, at least to me, I enjoyed it. And then after I enjoyed it, I said, there's other things. Now, how can I do other things? But I can't do it when I got all this junk. So that's when I evaluated, and it took me a good year to get rid of everything, and then prepare to make big changes in my life. And that's how I got down here. So I simplified my life, and by making it more simple, I was able to have more of a life. I was able to do more, accomplish more. And so, you know, these are just things that you need to figure out for yourself. What stage are you in your life? When you get tired of being like everybody else, keeping up with the Joneses and all this kind of stuff, think, what can I do for me? And if I do good, my loved ones are going to be looking at me And they're going to say, hey, there might be something to that. And that's because all of us have some leadership abilities in us. And the way to do it is by example. So make a good example of yourself. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.